Good day, puppy lovers. I have Lily with me today, the 11-year-old Yorkie. This is a full groom for you guys. I already washed her, so let's get her dried and clean up those ears and eyes. So this little girlie here just got out of the bath, and now I'm going to spray her. I always like to spray with the conditioning spray. You can see how she's pretty tangled. Look at this. Look at the tangle. So this really helps with tangles. It helps nourish the coat. I like to put some on the dog's head usually. I just spray my hand here instead of spraying in their face. Just a little like that here. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to start brushing her out because even if she's wet, I'm gonna just brush a little. And I'm going to cover her with a little, bathrobe. And I'm going to let that product soak in and work its magic to rehydrate the coat. And for those who don't know me, my name is Elizabeth Jenn, professional dog groomer since 2010. And there you go. I'm just using a wet brush here. It has these little plastic nibs on there. This doesn't scratch the coat. So it's okay if you're running along this body, it won't scratch. Always try the brush out on your skin first. If it scratches like a slicker brush would, then I'd suggest you don't rub onto the skin. So this is just a quick brush here. In these videos, I like to explain what I'm doing, but I also have silent grooming, quiet grooming actually it's called. And it's for my members. So if you want to become a member, you can join. Just click the join button next to the subscribe button. And if you want, you can also subscribe if you don't feel like joining the group. You can like and subscribe, and if you want more videos like this, and get notified by clicking the notification bell. I also have some in my videos for my members. I also have a lot of gardening going on in there because I am creating a huge garden and I'm documenting the whole thing from bottom up. So I think I'm going to add a little more here around her neck. I'm just giving short little bursts so that it doesn't spray out too much. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let that just kind of sit there. She's got a lot of brushing, this girl, to do. And while it sits, I'm just going to, because the air conditioner's on right now, so let's just put your little rubber ducky robe on. Yeah, there you go, pretty girl. Looking awesome. I'm going to clean out her eyes. No, you got to stay in there. Hang on. You gotta stay in your robe. Back up, back up, back up. Okay, I'm gonna see your eyes here. I'm gonna stand, see what's going on in the eyes. She's got some debris here. I'm just using a flea comb for this. And I know it's repetitive. That's what a job is, right? In general, you got your job to do. It's repetitive. And I don't know who saw what, so I just, this may be your first time seeing my videos. Let me know in the comments if this is your first time around. Or if you have been around ever since I started back about almost 2 years ago. This fall, it'll be 2 years. So I'm just going to take a round here and I'm going to put a little bit of product on the round. This is eye product. I took out those poopies. She had poopies around her eyes. And I I just want to get rid of anything that could be left. So I took the poopies out, then I cut some of that debris so that I can get into the eye. I'm gonna back you up, honey. Yeah, all right, so now I'm gonna clean out her ears. Let's see what's going on with those ears. I'm gonna use my ear product. This is not wall that's in this bottle. Let's see, does she need any plucking or any shaving in the ear? Let's look at the ear here. Let's look at the ear here. A little bit of hair there. I'm going to use this here. This is a nose hair trimmer, and I just like to use these to just shave what's on the inside of the ear. I'll use a second one, a different one. Go get all of those hairs in there. Pull that all out, and I just scoop it out because it's a shaver. Okay? There. Some like to pluck, some like to shave, some like to just leave them there. But I like to clean out that ear from any hair. A little hair is fine, as I've mentioned before. A little hair is fine as long as the hair is not curling up and going into the ear canal, because that can happen. And if that happens, or if there's a big clump of hair that ends up in there, I'm gonna take a second round here, guys. Yeah, you don't want a big clump of hair because that could cause them ear infections. I'm gonna clean out the second ear here. So you take the hair out first so that you make space for the cleaning. That's how I do it. You do it how you want to do it. That's just how I'm showing you how I do things. All right, so I'm gonna check out her little bum area. Let's take this off again. We're done with this. Show me your bum. Show me your bum. Yes, the client told me that she was in heat. And wow, being this old and in heat. You'll often know when a dog is in heat when you you can tap and you'll see them toss their tail and just, sticking their bum out. Or you can also notice that her back end, her little pee-pee area here, is very engorged with, I guess with blood. It's engorged, it just gets thicker, and that also is a sign. Sometimes your dog's character may change. The dog may become a little more anxious and then just want to be with you all the time, or they may hide, depending on the dog's character. So I'm going to disinfect this here with a little bit of alcohol because I'm done with it. I wiped this up and now I'm going to put alcohol in there too. And we're going to dry you, but we're going to brush out a little more. Just a little more, see? Just a little more. Yeah, I wanted to give her a break on the brushing a while ago. The dryer helps a lot with the tangles. So these wet brushes are designed to be used while the dog's hair is wet, okay? And it folds easy, not to be pulling too much. So she's pretty knotted up here. I'm gonna see if I can get the dryer to help with the tangles. So we did a few things with the tangles here. What is this? Oh, I say we, I. I added some spray. You can brush out your dog before the bath, but I tell you that even if you give them the bath afterwards, you'll still have tangles, so. Sometimes I'll brush before, depending. Okay, so let's try drying the pup here. I'm going to be sure to lower the sound so that you don't have to. So I'll lower the sound for the dryer. Give me a second. I'm going to just tie her here. She's going to need to be on this here because I don't want her turning and turning on me, like turning around. This is like a no sit so that she doesn't sit down and start turning too much. She has some wiggle room, of course, and I just put the towel there to protect her little belly. Okay, I'm gonna put a happy hoodie if she wants one. Some dogs do not like this happy hoodie, and what this does, it just helps for sound for her to not hear too much and to not have any wind blowing too much in her, because it's in her ears, because the forest dryer is a little stronger than the other dryer I'll be showing you in a moment. I just want to read a bit. Hang on. Okay, so I had to just read her card for a moment. Okay, so everything's good. I'm going to put my ear protectants on here just because it's a little loud. If she starts panicking or whatnot, I'm going to take her off of the no sit here. This is my third time with this little girl, and I'll see how it goes, okay? So you need her to stay calm. You're going to notice that I usually dry section by section, then I turn her around and do section by section, do her head last with my Dews dryer, okay? So we'll see how she does, and if she panics too much, I'll take this off. We'll see. Hang on. Okay, so we can see that she was a little panicky. I'm gonna have to write that down on our card, that she does not like being on the little sling. And that's fine. I know the reason why I put the sling is for them not to be turning and sitting and whatnot. But when they get too panicky like that, I don't want them to hurt their neck because they're tied. I don't want them to get hurt. So I prefer just playing it cool and all right, we're gonna do it your way type of thing. All right, so she's all dried up. We just need to dry her head. I'm gonna use the dews for that. My dews, love my dews. Start it off on low just so she gets used to the sound. I'm gonna put a little bit of air going on her hair here. And she is pretty knotted, guys. This is going to be a brushing video. I don't cut too much off of her. I just trim a bit. But we're gonna turn this little knotted girly into a perfect, pristine princess. Okay? So I'm just gonna use my brush here. This is a slicker brush. Put it on a little higher. And it's a little pointy slicker brush. I prefer using this on the top of the head because it's smaller than my big chunky one that I'll be using afterwards. So when it comes to the head, I like to use this one. I used to use my chunky one, but I don't like it on the head, so I found this one and just love it. I'm not sure what company this is from. There's no company name, and I've had it for a while now, so sorry about that. But you can just write, if you're searching in Google or something, or Amazon, and maybe write a triangular slicker brush for dogs. Maybe you'll find something there. And again, as any slicker brush, you don't want to be rubbing on the skin. You just want to tap and pull away. And be very careful because these pins, you don't want to poke an eye out. So that's why I'm holding her like this. You know, I'm holding her. You can hold like this, hold like this. Older dogs, you got to check their teeth to be sure that the teeth aren't too bad. There's no inflammation going on. Because if you're holding the dog like this, you don't want to be hurting the dog's gums, right? And that dog might bite you if you're hurting. Because if it hurts, it hurts. It's his only way, his or her only way to say, hey, let go, that hurts. So expect a bite. Always come in slowly around the eyes. You don't want to go fast. Often the dog will want to bring their head down when drying the head, which is a little normal. They're like, leave me alone, lady. And I really like the little slicker brush to dry because it really helps to separate the hair to dry it quicker. Because separating the hairs is what helps dry faster. Please let me know down in the comments if you use a dryer like this, the Dews or some other type of handheld dryer. I have two other ones, one that kind of looks like a wand, and the other one, it's a brush that has the dryer, like the dryer and brush are all together, so I use those sometimes too. But ever since I found the Dews, you know, I've been using this one a lot more. The dogs really seem more acceptant of it. So yeah, let me know if you have a Dews or any other type of dryer that you've been using. Maybe something that I don't know of. Could learn something. Sometimes if the dog just doesn't want to have his or her head dried, I just let it dry on its own. If it's too complicated and the dog is thrashing around, I don't want to cause any you know, an accident with the brush, you know, where they can poke their eye or, you know, just hurt them. I don't want to hurt the dog, so the dog needs to listen to you, but you need to listen to your dog also. So it's one of those situations where you both have to kind of find that middle ground. I just love these colors. You're going to be a lot to brush, hun. This is a brushing video. Oops, just dropped my dryer. So around the eyes here, I like to use my comb instead of the brush. This will all dry out eventually anyway. Up, up. Thank you. It's going to be a hot week this week. So this is being launched. It's Monday. It's actually Saturday for me because I'm recording this on the Saturday. But the following Monday, which is today for you, today for you if you're watching it on the day that I launched the video. Yeah, they're announcing for 47 Celsius degrees. No, 47. 40 is tomorrow. 47 Celsius humidity. And I checked that out in Fahrenheit. That is about 116 point something Fahrenheit. It's going to be a hot Monday. And 45 on the Tuesday, so. And I'm going shopping for some flowers. For those of you who are following me in my members, I'm going shopping for a whole bunch of flowers. A whole bunch, guys. A whole bunch of plants and perennials, you know. Look at that. Yeah, on Sunday, which is tomorrow for me, and anyhow, I'm going shopping, and it's probably going to be really hot once I get there at the nursery. So, okay, we're going to do some shaving. We're going to shave her paws and give her a breakout with the brushing. So I'm just going to shave her belly here. Can you show me your belly? Come up. Oh yeah, you don't feel like it? Stand up. You just got to help them sometimes. Oh yeah, she has that hard bump here. I don't remember if I talked to Mom about that. Oh, I wonder if she noticed. That is a hard bump, and it's bigger than the last time, guys. I'm not liking that bump at all. At all. I'm going to talk to the client about it, see what she says. There's a lot of matting. I don't know if Mom brushes you at home, or did you take a bath or go in the swimming pool and then just not get dried? Because that's what happens if the dog goes in a pool, or if it's been raining and the dog gets all wet. If you're not drying and brushing the dog immediately, this will happen. You cannot let this type of dog just dry on their own. That's a lot of matting there. No, because it will create mats. Yeah, I had to take a lot off. Even here, even a little more. Alrighty then. Let's do her little toesies. Oh, is everything okay, honey? Are you depressed? Oh, yeah. Hang on, turn around. I don't want you to be depressed. Because she's having a period. Is that what's happening? Having a period? Making press? Instead of saying getting depressed, that's what my husband and I say. We used to say to Valentine whenever she looked down, or, you know, say, are you making press? Clean out those toes here. You're doing a good job for the pads, honey, because she doesn't like that I do the nails. So that's what's written, unless she changed her mind, which I would be more than shocked and surprised. We're gonna do your nails. We're gonna get into the brushing. It says here, great pup, but hates nails. She really hates that I do her nails, guys. You're gonna bear with me here. We gotta do her nails. I'm gonna get ready. Totally ready for everything, just in case. Okay, so she hates that I do her nails, but what does that even mean? She's gonna pull. All right, I'm gonna go at the edge of the table, and the reason why I do this, here, I'm gonna tie this up a little shorter. The reason why I do this is so that she doesn't turn too much. Try to get this on camera. 1. Yeah, she hates this. Do I have to put you on the groomer's helper, honey? I think so. That's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna put her in the groomer's helper just because, you know, I'm not afraid of her biting me, but I just gotta get my job done, right? So, this is what we're gonna do. So the groomer's helper, for those who don't know what it is, it's the same thing, it's a loop. Same thing like this. This little loop here that I tie the top there. And then I have this string here that connects to that little loop, and I'm gonna bring her forward, whoop, and I'm gonna tighten this so that she doesn't back up. So now she might fight me. Well, no, actually she will fight me. And unless she gets comfortable, but I would be surprised, no. And this should help a little, unless it doesn't help at all. Bear with me, guys. When they get like this, you gotta be extra patient. Okay. That didn't hurt, honey. She's, see, when you hold the leg completely like this, she can't pull too much. Wait, honey, wait. You know what? Instead, because she pulls so much, she's yelling like that, I'm gonna use the small little nail grinder here, the tiny one. And I'm gonna try to use this because she's, no honey, wait, you need to get your nails done. Hang on. Wait. Okay, let's get her to calm down here. Calm down. We do it from underneath. Great, just turned off. See, that's not bad. I'm trying to get this in the shot so you can see. Wait. You have 4. You have 1 more here. No, wait. And then if they get too complicated, then I just won't do it. And I'll wait for Mom, and we'll do it with Mom there. Mom can just hold on to the dog. But I do try to get it done. No. Wait. Okay, I'm not doing any more of this. Okay. So I'm gonna do the nails with Mom at the end. Sorry, I gotta take this off here. This back on, whoops, hang on. When that happens, and I'm not going to take the chance for her to hurt herself. I try. Okay, and then I know that that's enough. I know that it's not gonna go anywhere. So I am done with the nails for now, and we'll do that with Mom later on. So the next thing to do, guys, is the brushing. Give me a second, my dryer hose here just fell over. I'm dropping everything. Yeah, so no, I'm not gonna do that. So next, let's do this. Let's give her a good brush. Okay. So of course, when there's more brushing to do, just so you know, I do add an extra fee for the brushing. Depending on how it goes. If there's brushing, but it takes me like a few minutes to do, I'm not going to charge. But if I'm got more brushing to do and it's a little more complicated, the dog's pulling and really doesn't want, then I may charge a small fee. We shall see. So she keeps turning and turning. Again, this is a slicker brush. We want to tap and pull up and away. Remember that? She doesn't like to sit still, so I'm tapping and pulling out and away, okay? Tap up and away. So I'm going to write down on her card, do nails with Mom. Once you're done with that, you got to come in and see how your brushing went. And you know what? I'm going to use my, give me a second. Oh, here it is. I'm going to use this here. This is a dematting comb. It's a blade, actually. It doesn't cut on this side, but it cuts on this side. So I'm going to go in and behind the the knots, the tangles, and I'm going to go into a sawing motion lightly. So you just tap in there and go in really lightly. Light sawing motion. I'm going so light, guys, and my hand is super loose. You don't want to go in and pull. That's not what we're doing here. This is not an electric blade. So I'm just going in and tapping and pulling, okay? Like lightly. See, she can't even, if she was really not happy with that, she'd let me know, believe me. So see how all of that came out well? There. Let's see with the comb, see how well that work has been done. See? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn her around. Your metal comb really is your best friend. It'll tell you where there are knots. The knot stops here. We can use this. You can either hold behind, or if you're not holding behind, as long as you're doing a sawing motion, but extremely light. Okay? Come back with your comb and see. There, I got it out. No. Okay, so down here there's a knot. If you can't get in there with the comb, it's complicated. Look at her pulling. Look at her pulling here. I'm just going to simply come in and snip that away. You can use straights. You can use like me. I'm using my little thinners here. You come in with your comb. Maybe you want to brush some lightly. Do we need to come in again? We're good. We seem to be good here. Go back here. See? So there's different options. You can use this. You can use this. You can use your comb. See all the different options you have? Come in and cut. See? you know, from one dog to another, from one situation to another, you'll find what you need, the tool that you need. And even from one dog to another, you're going to see what the dog accepts and does not accept. Found a knot here. Okay, stand her up. So there's a lot here. All of that, I'm just going to snip it out instead. And I'm going to try to snip in different areas. Then I'll just comb and see how it doesn't even show. Over here there's more. So I'm going to snip, then comb, brush, brushing away from the skin, never on the skin. There's more here. No, she wants to lay down. You can't lay down on the job, honey. You lay down later. I'm just going to come in with my straights here. Just because I didn't want to have to be snipping a whole bunch. Okay, sit. Wait. Okay, so there's more here. We only got one more pup to groom after her, and it's a little chihuahua, and I'm going to film as long as there's no change, but I'm going to film her, and I'm going to do a quiet grooming with her. So if you want to see that, that's going to be in my members. You need to be a member to see it. So, but I will be posting that sometime this week, along with other videos of my garden. Let's try this here. See how I'm doing this? I'm just lightly tapping right behind that. See how easy that comes out? She's not even saying anything. Of course she's pulling. She doesn't want me to hold her leg. All right. Look at all that. So at this point, I'm seeing I'm still working on knots, and we haven't started the cut yet, so there will be a charge for sure. So there's more knots there. There's a lot there. I'm going to come in. I can either just poke like this lightly. Look at how light I'm holding this. Guys, this is just, I am not pulling. Do not pull. Please do not pull. Because I've seen pull. I've seen that. You can flick out like that. But see, she's not bothered. You can flick out as long as it's just light. Same thing with the brush. You come in and brush a little, but you're not going to be brushing on the skin. Often the dogs will have knots under here, right here. This, I suggest that you shave under the arms. You don't want to be brushing there. And sometimes they'll have a knot just right here, right at the fold, right, they have their chest here. Right here, you're going to find some knots there often. When you find a knot there, you're going to want to probably just cut it out. Pups do not like to be brushed there. All right, so we have one whole side done. Come in, look at this. Lightly. So all I'm going to do after is just cut a little bit off of the length, maybe in the tips, do a light scissor over comb, fix her head. I think I'm supposed to do a top knot. I gotta check. I'll maybe do a little, do you want a ponytail on there? some knots here too. So I know there are knots. I could have checked with my comb, but see, there's knots here. Come back in with this here. Whoop. All right, good job, girlie. She's letting me do it. All right, come here on the side. What's this? A lot of knots there too. We're gonna do the same thing. Again, you just pull out like that. You can flick out, but I am not pulling. I'm letting the blade hook onto that knot, and I'm just lightly like rubbing on the knot itself. This doesn't hurt the dog at all. Lots of brushing, girl. Hold that leg. When you hold at the elbow here, you'll have a lot more control over that leg, because sometimes you'll hold here and they just pull and pull. Still have a knot there. You know what? I'm going to just get in there with my scissors. You want to be sure when there's a knot. See, there's skin. Watch this. Get in a little closer. Can I get in closer? There. You see this here? That's skin. Then you have the hair. And then you have the knot. You want to be checking to be sure that you're not cutting on top of that skin. So that's happened before, where I've seen a cut. A client of mine had cut. She pulled and then cut, but cut the skin. Hang on. I'm gonna back this up. Sorry about that. Oh, come here, hon. She keeps backing up on me. Okay. Oh, well, let me know if you're learning today, if you're learning anything, you know, that I'm showing you, if this is helping you in any way. Just let me know and I'll write right back to you. Any questions you've got still about brushing, anything that I haven't covered. Okay, so here it's really dense. So I'm going to hold behind and I'm going to do a sawing motion. So this is the sawing motion. You go behind and you hold that base, that skin. You hold where that root is, and you're just going to want to go back and forth. You can do it like that too. This just separates the mat into all these tiny little pieces. Look at all that. Look at all of this, guys. All of that is knot and mat. And there's more. She had a lot around her neck. I think we're good here. Okay, we're good. Was your bum all done? So we can go do your neck. She's got some on her tail here. Hang on. You're all good. And in here, in general, in here I don't really, you know, as I'm combing and I see that there's knots just at the end of my comb, that's fine. I'm not going to try to take those knots out. Not for now anyway, because when I'm going to come in, I'm going to cut a lot of this out. I don't have to brush this much, and they don't like that anyway. But I'm going to come in, cut, and then I'll put a little bit of the brush into, because when you cut into the knot, you're helping that knot open up. Like the knot's like this, you cut right in between it, and then that knot it just frays and opens up, right? Okay. So you gotta always come in slow on the sides here, because often there's a lot of knots on the sides also here, okay, and that's really sensitive. Okay, whoop. Sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna brush her around the neck. Sit, honey, because she has her her collar's been rubbing here, and often collars or harnesses, they rub, and wherever there's rubbing, there will be knotting and matting. So this dog is just knotted. I mean, she's got a few mats here and there, of course, but if she was completely like matted, like where it's stuck to the skin and whatnot, then you need to shave. But this client just likes the long hair on her dog, and so I don't know if she brushes her at home, or if this little one just went for a swim in the pool and she didn't get dried. But when that happens, it's good to let your client know how to care for your dog, the dog's hair. There's always a way. You don't want to insult your client. There's always a way to tell your client, just mention, how's the brushing going at home? That's how I usually start it off. How's the brushing going at home? And then they say, oh, I never brush my dog. And if you're fine with the combing and taking the knots out, then I would just leave it at that. Oh, okay. Leave it at that. But if the client really wants a nice cut and the dog keeps coming in really matted and it's taking you really long, then maybe then it's time to really educate that client that if they want to keep this type of cut, well, the dog needs a little more care. I let them know, oh, well, it would be best that the dog is brushed a few times, at least a week, just so the dog does not have to have too much time on the table, and that you can continue giving the cut. And if you don't want to continue giving the cut and the dog is always matted like this, then you have to let your client know, what you can and will not do. So that's just a little tidbit there for those who are maybe just starting out, or just a little tidbit there for you. All right, so we got all of those knots out, guys. Oh, there, honey. We did it. Okay, yay, good girl. All right, so I hope you learned something with that. Okay, so now we're gonna get the cut done. Put everything away here. I do not like to have a messy table. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull out my curves, my straights for now, my little foot brush. She might not want me to do this. I just want to cut around your feet. No, I can't even do that. Okay, so she won't let me cut around her feet with me holding her paw like that, her little foot. So I'm gonna do it like this, okay? Personally, I prefer doing it off the table and underneath so I can see what I'm doing. I like to be sure to get everything from under the foot, so that's why I usually lift. Oh, these scissors need to be sharpened. You need to work with sharp scissors. I called my sharpener. He's so hard to get. I wrote him, not called him, I wrote him. Texted him a few weeks ago. Still waiting because he's not in my area. And there's only one guy, one mobile guy in all of my area, so he's the only one. He's pretty busy. He's the only one sharpening all these groomers' scissors, so everybody knows him. All the groomers in this area know him. Sorry about that. Sorry. All right. Okay, so I just wanted to get all of this done around the feet. And now I'm going to cut. See how I'm holding this area away come in and cut. Hang on, can we use the curves for this here? Okay. Back here, nice and straight, going straight down. Remember how I mentioned that it's all knotted in here? Okay, watch this. I'm just going to cut all of that and open up those knots. I'm just leaving a little bit of hair there. And then I'm going to come in and see how the knots just disappear. Fluff up, see that? I didn't have to put the dog through any brushing stress. None whatsoever, okay? I'm just gonna do that again. I just fluff up and go straight. Anyway, it's always best that it stays shorter on the inside of the leg, because when they go potty, they don't urinate all over their foot, their leg. Especially these little girls, of course. I'm going to do the same thing on this side here. I'm just going to take a little bit out. All I'm doing is following the shape of the leg. I'm going to curve this a bit. Come on the inside here and take some of that out. You know, this is all with practice, guys. All of this here I'm going to do with I'm going to do a scissor over comb technique. Straighten her out. I'm going to take a little bit of this out here. When was the last time I saw her? Oh, she's every 5 weeks. Okay, so we take just a little bit off. Just making it look nice and clean. Now, the amount that you take off here depends on what the client wants. And you got to be careful. This little one has little nipples here, so you don't want to be going in blindly and cutting anything off. All right, so I'm going to bring this leg up, and I'm just going to come in straight and go meet her skirt. Straight. Let's go meet the skirt here. That's fine for me for now. Okay. So I'm going to use my chunkers for this. I'm taking a little bit of this off. I'm aiming just the ends pretty much. I'm just aiming the ends pretty much. Taking just a little bit off. And I'm going to bring everything down. Whoa, hang on, little one. And I'm going to just try to blend everything, well, chunk everything here. I can use my blenders afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to take just a little bit of this off here too. Just a little bit. I'm aiming the ends of the hair. You only want to take the ends off. Not always an easy feat. You're just eyeing it. It looks messy, but we'll get there. Because I'm just refreshing the little ends there. Probably going to want to come in here. Sorry, there's something I saw there. Okay. That's not too bad, okay? So her side here, fluff this up. Soften it up with this here. Hang on. That's not too bad. Not too bad. If you could put your legs straight, please, honey. No. I gotta kind of push her. Shake that leg. See, that's not too bad. Huh? Is that okay? It's okay. See over here, I'm seeing some cowlicks here. I'm just gonna take that away. And the reason why I'm changing scissors is because one chunks more and the other one blends better. Okay, so that's one side, okay? I'll come in and do the inside of her leg over here. No. Okay, there is a knot there, so I'll hold her at her elbow here and go find out what's going on with that knot. And I'm gonna go get rid of it. Okay, now hold the tip of her toes, try to bring everything forward. Bring her head up. Take some off. And I like to bring everything to one side. Wait. Just bring the head back up. And then bring everything back to the other side. Just love it when they do that. Just pull. And I'm just going to soften this up a bit because there are only a few little hairs there. Okay, you can sit down. You sit down for me. So I'm just going to blend all of this, chunk a lot of this off. I like to keep her head up straight. See how it makes a triangle here? I don't like that, so I'm going to try to get rid of that triangle. There. Better. Okay, so I got that side of the leg done. When it comes to doing these cuts, I like to, usually you'll see me do this and then come all around, but instead, oops, there's some more knotting here, guys. Instead, I'm just going to come straight back here and then go that way. So we have some knotting here. And by the way, excuse me if sometimes my camera is not always, the camera's on my chest, so I'm really trying hard to. It's not in the way, it's fine. It's not in the way, it's just that my eyes are above the camera here, so I'm watching down here, and I can see in the camera, in the back end of the camera what I'm doing, but sometimes I'm just, doing my job and I'm not seeing. So yeah. So once again, see what I did there? I just cut on the inside like this. I'm gonna bounce around, girly, so that I don't have to brush out too many of those knots. Okay. See how I sometimes I lift them and I pop them and prop them up, and that resets their legs. Okay, because sometimes they can be a little difficult at the legs, and then you got to prop them back up. There's a knot there I'm going to get to. Whoops. Let's see how it goes with this. You don't want to brush too much with that because the bones are really close. The skin, there's not much fat on there. You don't want to hurt the dog. Let's see what happens here. That's fine. Good job, little girl. Lily. There. All right, let's get to the side here. Okay. I'm going to curve this up. See how I'm protecting her little area? I have my hands here and I'm pushing it to the side. I'm for sure not going to catch it. You don't want that. I'm going to come in the back here and just clear this all out. Give her a little wiggle room. Oh, like that. All right. So I see how I did that. I just combed everything up. Wait, hun. Look at her lifting her leg. Do you want to reset your dog? That's how I do it. I just give him a little boop, boop, a little bounce up. Come in here and clear all of this out. You can use your clipper for this part here. Just going to round out this little tail here. I'm just cutting a little off the end. I'll pull her tail up. Now she has a docked tail. Up here in Canada, we don't dock tails anymore. Okay, I'm not too sure when my camera stopped filming. It just decided to stop. So I hope, anyhow, I was talking about docked tails, how in Canada we don't, they don't do that anymore, and I'm really happy that they don't. Because seriously, we don't need to do that. And I've seen bad jobs done. Okay, so yeah, one of my friends, her dog had the dog's tail docked, and they did a really bad job with it, and the dog's tail was infected. They cut it in the wrong place apparently, and then the dog had to go back into surgery with a different vet. Anyhow, a lot of complications. So again, I'm just going to cut a little bit of this off here. I know that she has her little nipples there. You need to be careful. I'm going to brush all of this straight out, and I'm just going to come in straight to the skirt here. Oh wow, I wonder how much of the video wasn't being recorded. Okay, so once again, if the dog permits, please let me do this. I just want to cut the ends off of your hair here. Just a little of the ends because we're refreshing the ends. I see this pup every 5 weeks. So I don't want to take too much off. But just enough for her to be nice and fresh. Okay, so I'm going to use my blenders here. It just makes everything a little softer. There's one side. Here, we're going to do this. Turn your head. Wow, your hair is really long on your head. But Mom likes that. Mom likes that. Whoa, gotta be careful. It's happened before where and it just happened now actually, where you'll catch your comb with your scissors here. I took a lot of that off. Okay, so we're gonna come out in the front. See how I took a lot here off, that black? Same thing here, so this is gonna all right, video keeps stopping. I probably don't have much space in my phone. So guys, if ever the video does stop and that I can't record anymore, I'll upload this just the same. And yeah, I gotta find out what the problem is. I'll just try to take a nice picture in the end. At least I'm pretty sure you learned a lot today about the brushing. So again, I like to pull everything to one side. And just nice and straight. And then pull everything again to the other side. They just like to just pull, pull, pull. Okay, is that okay? Are you okay? Just fluff everything here. I don't want to take too much off. Make it equal because I cut in a little shorter there. So let's stand you up and see what's going on with your belly. Up, up. Thank you. Pull everything inside here. That's not too bad, huh? Not too bad. I'm going to pull everything on the inside here too. And this is where I come in and straighten everything out in this area here. Oh, I'm realizing that I got to come in here and go shave that. Yes. Shave, shave. Give it a shave. Okay. So, I'm going to bring everything forward here. All this forward, and I'm just going to shape this all the way to her, around her neck here. Just straighten everything out. And I will come in and use my blenders after. It's because I find it just makes it a little softer. Turn her around. I'm holding all of her hair here. Oops, see, there's stuff hanging out here. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. All right. That's not too bad. I'm going to tie her here. Give me just 2 seconds. All right. Okay, so for her head, it says here, just to trim a bit, scissor over, comb all over, just to shorten a bit and clean her up. Client wants ponytail top knot, just equal out, ponytail with scissors. So that's what we're gonna do. There is a, whoops, what is that? There's a knot here. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. There's a knot here. See this one, I'm just going to snip it away. Sorry. Did I make a boo-boos? Okay, so I don't understand here why her hair is shorter here. Because she must have cut something, because that makes no sense here. Unless we've been trying to grow it out, but I'm not too sure. But what we're going to do here, there's another knot. These little knots around the eye area. Okay, guys, I seriously think that my camera just doesn't want to record anymore. I'm wondering, because I've been having this trouble the last few videos for a while now. And I don't want any more problems with this camera. So I'm going to say my goodbyes now, just in case. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned. And let me know in the comments below if you're sticking around with me, if you watch my videos, if you enjoy them, what you enjoy. Any suggestions on what you would like to see? I would love that. Let me know what you would love to see, and I'll get that recorded. Yeah. So I'm live, no, not live, not anymore. I should do more lives though. Would you guys like to see any lives? Maybe my members would like that. I thought it went off again. And yeah, I upload every Monday and Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And no, not 10. Why do I keep saying 10? 8 a.m. Eastern time. Oops, I'm going to use these here. 8 a.m. Eastern time. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Hang on. I had to edit out my sneeze. So. And if you haven't joined my members area, you are more than welcome to join and follow my garden progress. Follow some quiet grooming. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to film next for you guys, other than those two things. But my garden, guys, seriously, is coming along. And I just bought the most amazing garden bench. I absolutely wanted this garden bench, and I got it. I really got it from this, not Kijiji, sorry. What's the name? Marketplace. Yes, I got it off of Marketplace. She just doesn't want me to cut her hair here. Yeah, and I'm having my stone patio / pathway done. I got all of those stones. If you want to see what I'm talking about, you'll see in the videos in the members area. So if you want to come hang out, just join the membership And all you have to do is click join right next to the subscribe button. Hang on. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can also subscribe. If you just want to just subscribe and not follow, well, you follow along just by subscribing. But all of my gardening videos are in the members area, so that's our own secret place. I love it. And I'm making a huge garden, guys. So huge. It'll take me years to do, but I'm doing a lot this summer. Boy, am I doing a lot. So pretty much almost done. So I think it's okay. I think I was able to film till the end. Just chit-chatting, and it says that it has no more space, but it's giving me a little more space. Not always easy to get this nice and straight. All she wants, the client, is just this nice movement. This one more try. So I will not create a top knot. I'm just going to leave her like that. So that's it, guys. I will see you in the next video, or I'll see you in my members area. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join the members, and yeah, we will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye. Hey there, pet parents and grooming gurus. If you enjoyed my tail-wagging transformations and want more tips to keep your furry friends looking fabulous, just hit that subscribe button. Remember, every click helps spread the love and lathers of grooming joy. Subscribe now and let's embark on this fluffy journey together.